So this first story, it was one of our. It has to do with one of the first videos we ever put up on YouTube. LaVar Ball.
LaVar Ball.
LaVar Ball. So apparently,
my main man.
That was literally the first video we put up.
Is that right?
That was the first video we put up.
Okay.
So LaVar Ball, LaMelo, Lonzo, they're being sued by the Big Baller Brand co-founder for $200 million.
Eesh, that's a lot of bread.
Yeah, so apparently he's alleging they screwed him out of hundreds of millions of dollars, copyright infringement, bad business practices, a bunch of stuff. And he also is suing Lonzo for like another. It's a totally different lawsuit, totally separate one, but it has kind of to do with the same thing about bad business practices, cutting them out of deals and stuff like that. So crazy. So his claims were spelled out in a federal court in California earlier this week, and apparently this is 4 years after he had a falling out with the Baller family over the Big Baller Brand business.
Okay. Well, remember, as we peel back the layers of this, this was a train wreck waiting to happen once you remove your emotion. And I know I'm dealing with people who are just emotional.
Yeah.
And so when we're dealing with emotion, we want to win so bad. We want our people to win so bad. And I get it. I'm all with that. But entrenched in that is common sense. Entrenched in that is you don't build a baller brand that's going to be monumental without taking baby steps first. We are a prime example of that.
Yeah.
Of a small business that maybe in 10 years from now, Momi Media, which is our parent company, can't sue me. Momi Media owns everything. You can come after me all you want. You can get my AARP card, my Social Security. That is it. But the parent company, by time, down the line, everyone has humble beginnings. And so sometimes I think we want to skip steps because society puts this pressure on us to say we have to be monumental coming out the gate, and it's very hard to do.
Yeah, I heard somebody explain business as like building a skyscraper, right? So the taller the building, the deeper the roots of the foundation have to be. So the idea of branding around your son's Big Baller Brand, your last name was Ball, I thought that was all fire.
All fire.
All fire. But coming out the gate when you have no product, no proof of concept, your sons didn't even get drafted yet. This is before, because remember, this is before Lonzo even played.
Right.
Any real basketball like in the NBA. So that was kind of putting a target on your back early.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
When Stephon Marbury, when he tried to turn the sneaker industry on his head, he was already Stephon Marbury. And they still got at him.
Oh, and they got at him heavy.
You get what I'm saying?
I think they offed his dad in the goddamn stands, allegedly. You know what I mean? That's just me.
But you see what I'm saying?
And he became a public enemy #1 to the point he had to go all the way to China to rebuild his name and still play the game he loved. And even to this day, to me, he's the first ballot Hall of Famer, 20 and 10, his entire career. You know what I mean? And things of that nature. He will not get the respect that he deserves because he was going up against industry.
Right.
This is not a game. It is a game, but it's more industry than it is anything else. So the last thing they're going to let you do, remove your emotion, is to show up and, plant your flag in which areas that affect our bottom line. Especially with young players.
And a prime example, this is in a totally different industry, totally different race. Elon Musk said him trying to get into the car industry was one of the hardest things he's ever done because of how, like, you knew.
Yes.
And they're like, who the hell are you trying to electric cars, get out of here? Like, they went at him. So it's not always a white and black thing. Sometimes it is just an industry business thing. Like, business is
treacherous.
Different. You know what I'm saying? It's different.
Yeah, this is treacherous. And I've heard some rappers, including Jay-Z and Diddy, and them say
50 Cent said the same thing.
This is worse than on the streets. How notorious these business people who will shake your hand in the boardroom and cut your throat. And so he came in braggadocious, talking about the dad. He came in writing a check that his ass couldn't cash. You know what I mean? And that means he was guaranteeing his sons was going to deliver the goods. And we have too many variables, injuries. Maybe your son is not as good as you think he's gonna be. Maybe the sneaker doesn't, you know what I'm saying, hold up. And all of them things came to play to pass.
You think it was the sneaker that messed up
his Alonzo's knee? I think so. I personally think so. You know what I mean? That was the sneaker he was playing in when he screwed up his goddamn knee.
Yeah, that sucks.
And then when he got in front of corporate America, you know, telling them white ladies they to stay in their place and do all this and that. Sometimes the dads try to live vicariously through the sons, and it doesn't fan well. You know what I'm saying? Look at John Morant's dad.
Oh, yeah.
T. Morant. He wants to be